Peace, solitude, the great outdoors. That's the concept behind Firewatch, a first-person exploration game with many emotional overtones in its narrative arrangement. The game was developed by Campo Santo, a team composed of some distinguished members such as Sean Vanneman and Jake Rodkin, both of whom directed The Walking Dead, the artists Ollie Moss, who's now famous for his distinctive style and for his work with film posters, and Jane Eng, who worked on Brutal Legend and Stacking, and Chris Remo, composer in Gone Home and 30 Flights of Loving, as well as one of the writers in The Cave. With so many people who had worked on such successful projects, this newly founded team had the opportunity of a lifetime to make a compelling video game. Firewatch delivers. The devs set out to establish a story-orientated experience, and the balance between interactivity and storyline turned out fine. The player character is Henry, a man in his 40s who decides to take a job as a fire lookout at the Shoshone National Forest after finding out that his wife has developed early-onset Alzheimer's. He is contacted by his supervisor called Delilah upon arrival, and that's the moment when the game picks up. The narrative structure of Firewatch basically consists of moments of conversation with Delilah and the growing intimacy between her and Henry. Choices in conversation don't usually matter apart from listening to different innuendos or serious statements by the protagonist about Delilah and vice versa.
Why are you freaking out?
I'm not freaking out.
Good. I'm gonna go quiet for a little bit. Call me if it's important.
She is the player character's only company and source of information about the park, and as Henry starts to seek solace in solitude, their unique connection inspires him with warm emotions. The feeling is mutual.
I don't mean to get all heavy, but it's been really nice.
The game's mechanics and controls are intuitive and sufficient, never useless and never overused. New mechanisms come up with the sole purpose of allowing the player to explore areas that were previously inaccessible. The game's explorable area is relatively large, but the player only has to walk for as long as the story requires, which isn't much. Navigation is just perfect. Maps, signs, landmarks, change in flora and terrain, rope hooks, or simply unique events. Campo Santo used lots of level design techniques and interactive components to facilitate the process of navigation. The way time passes and events unfold also makes Henry's knowledge of the park believable, since the player increasingly participates in the process of discovering new areas, new events, and new items. Exploring and talking to Delilah are actions that never conflict with each other, and the latter unconditionally depends on the former. In fact, these two actions sum up the interactive foundations of the game. Firewatch is a game about discovery and natural beauty. It's a game about privacy and memories. It's also a game about human contact, or the delicate and volatile nature of human contact, how it can be lost, or intensified, or complexified. It's a game about simple things that ironically make interaction between people so intricate. The characters are round and organic, and directly express the quality of the game through intriguing lines and excellent voice acting.
I hope you're doing okay, when it comes to her.
And like many narrative games currently being made, it tells a story in a way that values interaction and exploration without redundancy or exaggeration.